Could it be that the masterminds who will cause a world hunger crisis in the future will actually be our young generation? Welcome to Agri-Truth, where we will dive into intriguing conversations about the role, the future, and the power of our young generation in addressing the issue of food security. Welcome to episode 1, The State of Food Security and Our Youth's Disinterest. I am Hazel Nyokabi, and joining me is Joe Aura, a young individual with an interest in this discussion. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much for having me.
So let's start off by understanding your perspective or getting your insights on this situation. So as you're aware, or as many people are aware, Africa boasts of having the youngest population and some of the most fertile lands at that. And therefore, it's assumed that Africa should have the resources to feed its people. But as it stands, the average age of the Kenyan farmer is 60 years. In a country whose average age is 19 years. So the biggest doubt at the moment is, can the country really be food secure when most of its active population is not even willing to participate in food production?
Well, Hazel, based on those stats, I would say no. You find if the youth aren't interested, then the movement won't be there. We're acknowledging already we're in some sort of crisis that needs to be changed. And you find that the most of the population that can do it is the younger people. So if they're not pushed or they're not willing to do it, then no.
Okay, so why do you think that your generation may not be as involved? Do you think it plays into maybe traditional perceptions, or is it more the preference for white-collar careers?
Let's say both, because first, you'd find that traditionally the tradition of, farming, agriculture and all of that would be passed down from one family member to the other, one generation to the other. In nowadays cases, you find that the parents go to the farm so that your child can go to school, not to come back to the farm, but go to the office, which is the white-collar jobs. Yeah. I feel like it's a skewed perception because it goes into more than just a perspective. What have they been brought up doing? What have they been brought up to do? And what has been put in place so that they're interested in, farming, agriculture, and that kind of stuff.
There are very many universities that do teach agriculture, JKUAT being one of them. So for you on a personal level, do you feel like you would intentionally take yourself to study agriculture, or will you just be like, nah?
That's a good question. And you're right. There are a couple of schools or rather education curriculums that provide agriculture within them. Even in high school, we had, agriculture. Okay. But then it goes down to the individual person again. What have you been brought up believing agriculture is? Yeah. Is it just a job? Is it your source of food? Is it your source of income? Is it, are you doing it to preserve, the condition of the earth? Yeah.
So in your opinion, what steps can be taken to address these challenges and encourage the youth or more youth in discussions about food production?
I think first and foremost, the most important thing is to remind the youth that agriculture is and has been the backbone of our economy, meaning it can sustain an economy, meaning there is money there. If that's what the youth are going for, there is money there. Secondly, is to get, for the farming experience or for the benefits of farmers, to get that link between the farmers and the markets to be a bit shorter, so that the farmers get the worth of their products and the worth of their work. So my main concern is how the government will approach it moving forward, because there's a lot of people who've talked about it, but nothing has been done. On the side of the youth is, how will that message get to them that this is something that is great for us, this is something that's good for our economy? The stat you've given is that most of the people in the country are the youth. So you'd find that if a movement like this needs to take place, they are the ones who are in a position of power to make it happen.
Thank you so much for offering this unique perspective on this critical issue. So, as we wrap up, let's remember that food security is a shared responsibility, and it is encouraging to see at least there's an interest and there's potential for positive change among our youth. So, in the next episode, we'll be unveiling young individuals who are actively involved in farming and food production. Today, we're just looking at the state of food security and our youth's disinterest. So join us, tune in to the next one, and thank you for joining me. I was your host, Hazel Nyukabi, and he was
Joe Aura.
All right, bye-bye.